Next slide, please. Next testimonial I have here is also just as important. Is a surviving daughter, Mrs. Bonnie Walker, to share her testimony on behalf of her mother, Mrs. Lauren Mills. So I came in contact with Mrs. Walker for the first time, trying to seek just information on how can she help her father in his situation that he was in. Specifically, Mr. Marvin Mills, who is the veteran, we filed while he had a terminally ill diagnosis. So knowing that he did not have a lot of time, what type of services can we handle right now at this very time when we first met? And Mrs. Bonnie Walker, if you'd come up for a moment, please.
It's been a long time.
Good morning, commissioners and judges and citizens of Wilson County. My name is Bonnie Mills Walker, and I am a super proud 7th generation Texan and especially proud granddaughter of the late Novell and Robert Mills and daughter of the late Marvin Mills, all of Floresville, and our mom, Lauren Mills, who still resides here in Floresville. It's an honor that I stand before you today to address an issue of great importance, the vital need for a veteran service officer for this county. As we gather here in this historic courthouse, I'm reminded of the commitment and sacrifices made by men and women like my dad who have bravely served our nation with honor. Wilson County, like many other counties across the state and nation, face a significant challenge when it comes to providing adequate support and assistance to our veterans. With the nearest VA services located in San Antonio, which you all know is, we wish, just a minimum 30-minute drive. Many of our veterans, particularly those who are elderly, are facing serious physical and mental hardships, find it incredibly difficult to access the care and benefits they deserve and have earned. Navigating the convoluted VA online system, if they even have the ability to access it, can be overwhelming and daunting, exacerbating the challenges that they already face. I personally stand here today not just as a concerned citizen, but as a grateful daughter. My father, Marvin, served his country in Vietnam in the late 60s, fighting to defend our freedoms, only to be failed by that very system he swore to protect. During his illness, the VA system as a whole let him down and let us as a family down. When I say they let us down, it actually is an understatement. Because of the lack of support and assistance from the VA system, we had to find out our dad was dying of stage 4 B-cell lymphoma caused by Agent Orange by me setting up a never-before-been-used online portal that he could have had access to for over 10 years. That is how I found the report that said metastatic disease. And I shared this news with my siblings and our mom. However, amidst the frustration and despair, one individual stood out as a beacon of hope and support. Ray Herrera, the Veteran Service Officer for Wilson County. Ray went above and beyond to assist our family during the hardest time of our lives. And we know we're lucky that with 8 generations, and now my granddaughter being our 9th generation Texan, that it's pretty good to have been, through Dad's 77 years and this to be one of the hardest things we've been through. But it really was. And for Ray, his invaluable guidance and advocacy when it mattered the very most, and to take my dad in a matter of 3.5 weeks of constant emails and phone calls from 10% disability to 100%, that my dad only lived 15 days. His celebration of life was 1 month ago yesterday here. And while I and my siblings are eternally grateful to some specific medical care professionals, the need for localized support like Ray provided for my dad and our family, my dad via myself, cannot be overstated. The role of a veteran service officer is indispensable in ensuring that our veterans receive the care, benefits, and support they rightfully deserve, from processing those cumbersome forms that you were talking about, Ray, to navigating antiquated online systems. The challenges faced by our veterans are numerous and complex. For example, our mom received a denial letter addressed to our late dad stating that the system showed he did not have a spouse, while simultaneously receiving a letter addressed to her as his spouse. Nope, you can't make this up. Such errors are not only unacceptable, but they are deeply unsettling for these veterans and their spouses. And someone like Ray being at their disposal by a phone call or an office to stop by where they can turn the corner 2 blocks away and get to him is invaluable. We owe it as a community and as leaders to provide our veterans with the resources and support they need to survive and thrive. Maintaining a Veteran Service Office for Wilson County is not just a matter of convenience, it's a moral obligation. We owe it to our veterans to ensure that they are not left to navigate the bureaucratic maze of the VA system alone. By providing localized support services, we can alleviate the burden on them and their families, ensuring that they receive the care and assistance they're entitled to. In closing, I urge this court to prioritize the preservation of this position and office for Wilson County. Our veterans have given so much to our nation, and it's our duty to ensure that they are cared for and supported in return. I ask that we stand together and reaffirm our commitment to honoring and serving those who have served us. Thank you, and God bless America.